He's gonna say it like 2-3 times, especially in his episode. Vivia's book catalogue: novels, columns, essays, all sorts of things. There's no particular preference for genre. He reads just to pass time. Oh.
Whew, finally finished a bunch of chores. Maybe I should go make some coffee.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry. I had some soot in my nose.
Staying in the fireplace.
Vivia, you were in there?
Yeah, I was here the whole time.
You could have at least said you were there. You scared me.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'll start doing that next time.
I don't mind, so please do.
Yuma, you're too kind. You never mind talking to me.
You know, I wonder why he always crawls into cramped spaces like that.
You find it calming in there, right? But wouldn't you be better off on a couch or bed?
If comfort level must be quantified in terms of the physical strain on your body, then yes.
Eh?
But this reminds me of something.
Reminds you of what?
Well, what do you think?
What Vivia remembers when he's inside the fireplace.
Home? Safety? Oh no. Bad memories. No. He's always in the fireplace, so it's got to be good memories. If it was bad memories, he would never be in the fireplace, would he?
Is it a good memory?
Yes, that's correct. When I was young, my parents would always discipline me by locking me in the storage room.
There it is!
When I'm in here, I can relive those memories.
Sorry, what? Are you saying you relive in... So, what? You're saying a good memory was being locked in the storage cupboards? Oh, poor Vivia.
Huh? They don't sound like nice memories if you were locked in there.
I feel so sorry for Vivia now.
That seems pretty traumatic to me.
Reliving trauma is also comfort for some victims. Oh god, isn't it Stockholm Syndrome or something similar to that?
No, those are good memories for me. I have many brothers. We all yearned for our parents' love.
Is that why Poor Vivia.
So, no matter what shape or form it took, I was happy when my parents paid attention to me.
Oh no, Vivia!
I see.
Aww.
I know. How about you join me, Yuma? Once you get used to the back pain, it's actually not so bad in here.
No, I think I'll pass.
Vivia!
Master, you and Vivia seem to have grown closer.
Oh, poor baby! No! Oh no, the poor baby! The only way he felt love was through being abused, so he abuses himself. Oh no! Vivia! Poor baby! That's exactly why I was gonna literally say, because you know when I was like, I love Vivia, especially when he's like, I wanna die someday, it's just like, I thought it was more comic relief, but now reading the Gabs and seeing this, it's just like, It's not comic relief, it's so sad! And it's... Oh... I don't know how I feel now. Oh... It's just... Oh. Poor Finn. Just wanting to do all that for attention as well for himself. Oh. Why would it be comic relief? You already have. That's true, but it's just the every time he talks and then it's the he says something meaningful and whatever. Then afterwards, it's just this huge sigh. I want to die someday. So that's why I thought it was comic relief in the beginning. But as I said, until I watch the Gab and just see the true feelings of Vivia, especially the fact that he wants attention, the craving. Aww.
I'm starting to get used to being alone with Vivia. Knowing who he is, this silence isn't really so awkward anymore. We don't have to force a conversation to break the silence, which makes it easier to be around him than the others.
I want to die someday.
Huh? That's awfully sudden.
See what I mean? If there wasn't a meaningful conversation, always comes with "I want to die someday." All this suddenly, if you have not watched the Gab, you think it was sudden context. That would have been comic relief. You would have thought that. But now watching the Gab, my heart.
Oh, did I think out loud again?
Oh, no. Is that actually... So all the times he was saying, I want to die someday as well. Is that always supposed to be his intrusive thoughts, but he says it?
You sure did.
Sorry about that. Guess I surprised you. I'll be careful not to think out loud next time.
Oh, my heart.
You're free to say what you want, but it sounds really concerning. And I've been wondering, what do you mean by someday?
What do you want to know?
Well, all people die eventually. I suppose I'm wondering if you want to die sooner.
Yeah, and at the same time, he is the he's I thought he is a spectral apparition after all as well.
Saying someday makes it sound like you can't die. Wait, is that what it is? You can't die? That explains why you'd say something so strange.
Huh? He's undead?
That's a wonderful deduction.
I guess I'm wrong, though.
Well, I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
Being unable to die sounds like it's straight out of a story. So romantic. Yuma, what would you do if you gained everlasting life?
What would
No!
I do if I lived forever?
I can't think of anything in particular, because you have all this life. Would you want to settle down? Would you want to be alone? And this is Vivia. Well, obviously he can die, especially when he's in spectral form. But he has his own stuff. He likes his reading. But him being alone?
I can't think of anything in particular.
That was quick.
Huh? Quick?
There is no end to human greed. Some people think that, but it's not true whatsoever. Everything comes to an end. Just like how you couldn't think of anything else you'd want.
I'd want... For me, I'd want to make new friends, visit people, go to new countries.
I think I just meant I didn't have any good ideas right now.
Someday, greed will end. Just like you would die before your greed could be satiated. Humanity too has a lifespan.
Uh-huh.
If you were to live forever, you'd see how tough life can be.
You see friends grow old and die in front of you, wouldn't you?
It may be fun at the beginning, but eventually, I'm certain you wouldn't desire anything else. And once you were bored of everything, you'd reach the same conclusion all others would. That you hope to die someday.
Exactly, you'd lose those people and then afterwards you would want... And then the only hope you have is what Vivia's saying, you want to die. God.
The moment you lose all desire, your final desire for death would be born. It all makes sense now, doesn't it?
Does it? But wait. Vivia, by that logic, doesn't your desire to die mean you're immortal?
He isn't, though.
You're free to think what you want.
That's not an answer.
It's enough for today. I need to go back to my world of books.
Did he just give me the runaround? Or is he always like this? I can't tell. I wonder if I'll understand him better someday.
Master, you and Vivia seem to have grown even closer.
My heart! Like, the more I'm listening to his gabs...
Vivia? I was thinking of making some coffee. Would you like some?
Coffee would be nice, but there is a much greater problem.
What is it?
What problem?
The large beast dwelling inside me is roaring louder than ever. No human could defeat the beast.
What are you talking about?
We can either grant its wish and coexist.
I was gonna say he's hungry, or he's just wishing just to be alone and do his own thing.
Or be consumed by it. Those are our only options now. Right now, it is about to crush my heart, for I have ignored its desires.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Probably food, yeah.
Please, help me.
Help you with what? Even if I ask him, he probably won't tell me anyway.
I guess you have to figure it out for yourself.
The beast from within is about to crush his heart because he has ignored its desires for too long. What Vivi is trying to say is...
He's hungry, yeah.
Could it be that you're hungry?
Yes. If I had to phrase it another way, I suppose that's it.
You could have just told me that.
I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I can't take another step. I would deeply appreciate it if you brought me some bread or something. Thank you, Yuma. You saved me.
It's fine, but why didn't you eat anything? Not eating for a full day can't be good for your health.
Ooh, I know that feeling.
So you want to know why? Let's take, for example, how many would want to try climbing a tall mountain range after first seeing it? However, very few would actually put that desire into action. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Basically, he's saying he doesn't have enough spoons.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, when I'm talking about spoons, it's just like the spoon theory. So you basically have a drawer full of spoons. Every time you do something that takes a lot of energy, you would empty the spoons. He wants to eat, but he has no will to eat. Yeah, again, it's a spoon theory in a sense. Basically, he needs to have the desire and the right amount of spoons in order to get that will.
But I do! Vivia won't tell me, so I should just figure it out again. I need to figure out why people don't go climbing mountains, to understand why he didn't eat yesterday.
Jeez, this guy is way too much trouble.
People don't climb mountains even if they want to, because...
It's too much trouble in that case if he has no will?
Because it's too much trouble?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
It's probably the answer underneath it.
You felt it was too much trouble so you didn't eat for a whole day? Could you be any lazier?
Oh no. Yeah, no, that's the best way of saying it.
You know, Vivia, do you get theatrical like this on purpose whenever you don't want to talk about something?
Do I? We are all Rosso upon some. And it's only once you realize it that you...
I'm sorry, Rosso Poisson? What is that? Meaning... No, that's not how you... Meaning of... R-O-S-E-A... R-O-S-E-A-U-P-E-N... Rosso Poisson. Reads thinking. So thinking reads. If a man... And here, I've found like the proper translation to it. So here we go. If a man is to become like a thinking read, he should abstain from eating meat, although no mention is made of hormones. So basically, it's saying c'est un homme doit devenir comme un autre personne. Il devrait s'abstenir de la viande alimentaire bien qu'on ne mentionne ni fait d'hormones. Ni fait d'hormones. Man is a think and read, says Blaise Pascal. L'homme est une autre personne, affirmé Blaise Pascal. And then l'homme n'est qu'un ressort le plus faible de la nature, mais c'est une autre personne. Man is but a reed, so most people think in nature, but he is a thinking reed. So all this is French context. Oh, okay, this one's actually a bit better reading this context. So it's saying set in. Okay, I'm not going to read the French for this one because this one's going to be a little bit more difficult to read in comparison to the rest. But it is in the sense that Pascal postulated that man was a thinker breed. He said that human dignity is therefore through thought, not false. This is what Vivia is saying. Spaghetti vermicelli bellicelli. That's easy. But basically, let me go. I'm gonna. Where is it again? I read it again. No, it's not this one. Yeah, this is the one which I was reading. No, it's not Italian. I said it was French. I did say it was French. And why do you think I was reading like l'homme est un grosse personne affirmé Blaise Pascal and c'est un homme de devenir comme une grosse personne, il devrait s'abstenir de la viande alimentaire bien qu'aucune mention ne soit faite de homme. That is French. And I do apologise to anyone for butchering this, but obviously I want to learn. Oh, you still got that delay. You might want to refresh slightly. But yeah, again, I do apologise for butchering. But for me, I feel like it's important to try and learn to read a language, to practice the language. But I could have at least clicked on the pronunciation icon as well. I just realised that I had it. I sent that right after you said it. Okay, I got you. Yeah. I think it's the... What is it? When I said C un homme, the beginning C... I think that's what you thought was Italian. But normally, there are some words that are cognates. So in this case, C means if instead of yes in French. So you need to be careful of language context slightly. But yeah. I think that yeah, so Vivia is really deep with his thoughts as well. The fact that he actually was talking about Russell Penson in terms of being, as I said, in terms of being a thinking breed. And as I said, with that, with the text that I posted in the chat. And then I'm going to reread the English quickly again once more. It is in that sense that Pascal postulated that man was a thinking breed. He said that our human dignity is therefore through thought, not in force. This is what Vivia is saying. Because you need the will, but you can't force yourself to produce that will. Do your best to solve the mysteries. I'm only saying hi, I'm very cold and still doing everything. Things abundantly better work and exploring learning because No, Picori, don't be sorry. Try and keep yourself warm, okay? Fingers... I mean, I will have a good time. I'll try and have a good time, but... just try and keep yourself warm the best you can, right? If you can, get something nice and warm in you as well. Some soup, some like hot chocolate or something.
You're doing it again!
poster, you and Vivia seem to have grown even closer.
Actually, Alice, are you in Wales or back in England? Out of curiosity. It's okay, I've finished talking about what Vivia was saying.
What are you reading?
Why do you ask?
It's rare to hear you laugh, so I was wondering what the book was about.
I see. So you wish to learn about the book?
Fair enough.
You won't know by the title alone, but the genre is fantastique.
Fantastique?
It's not a major genre, so there's no need to be ashamed if you haven't heard of it.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember my GCSE French. Bibliothèque is a library. Is it le genre fantastique, if I remember? He is going all French now.
The definition of fantastique is up for debate, but the ones I prefer to read are the ones with ghosts and demons, stories of mythic worlds that cannot exist within our grasp of the laws of nature.
Hang on, fantastique. Translation French. I think it was something like no, it's not. Fantasy, that's it. It's a fantasy. Oh, I got a B in GCSE French. But I was the only one who got A star in Spanish, and everyone else got B's and C's. I was like, everyone was essentially I was doing loads of like practicing listening and reading papers, and I kept on getting very good high marks. And then there were a few people who were like, "Rave, you're not smart. You're not smarter than us. Don't act smart in Spanish." Yeah, that was kind of, and they were like, the other, so basically it was me and two other people who were like always getting A's and B's. And yeah, essentially they were having a go with me, especially because of the fact I'm on the spectrum as well, so I think they were partly bullying me at the same time. I can't, it's been ages ago, so I can't really tell the story too much. But I was the only one who managed to get an A in both reading and listening, and when it came to speaking as well, I was the only one who got an A as well, so I had an A overall, the ball of Spanish.
That doesn't sound interesting at all.
I guess it's kinda like how people who obsess over music end up listening to stuff regular people can't comprehend.
Well, I can lend it to you if you're interested.
I just say,
Go ahead and think it over. We have all the time in the world.
Yep, so I did Spanish and French and geography and history.
I should tell him directly. I'm sorry. I think I'll pass.
No need to feel bad about it. I figured the odds of you saying no were 99%. Besides, this book isn't widely read in the first place.
Still, that surprises me.
What does? Me reading the Fantastique?
Well, it's more like I didn't expect a detective to be reading stuff like that. How do I put this? I thought detectives would read more logical stuff.
But it's always best to be prepared for the illogical as well.
Doesn't it feel weird to read something that's not realistic?
Reading just makes me feel sick, period.
No. I actually prefer stories where logic can't be used to explain it away.
There we go.
I see.
If you think that illogical stories feel strange, perhaps you believe all mysteries must be solved.
All mysteries must be solved. I never really thought about it, but maybe you're right. You don't feel the same way, Vivia?
I believe some mysteries should never be solved. For example, UFOs and other supernatural phenomena. Many people harbor their dreams and fantasies in those mysteries, so shattering them is simply cruel. Besides, memories from our childhood are not all beautiful. However, there is no doubt they are innocent. If there is a river of time, its water is horribly murky.
There he goes again. I'm sure it's something he doesn't want to talk about. But why would he think that way if he believes not all mysteries should be solved? Maybe that's where his secret lies.
Master, you and Vivia seem to have grown even closer.
What's wrong, Vivia? Were you reading Fantastique again?
No, it's a mystery this time. I think these are nice once in a while.
Oh, so you read those too?
I guess it doesn't fit me.
Why not?
It is a bit of a cliche for a detective to read mystery novels.
Still.
So you haven't read the genre in a while. What's this one about?
Well, I suppose I'd feel comfortable telling you.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
The protagonist is an earnest rookie detective.
Sounds a bit like Sherlock Holmes.
He began his investigation after receiving a request from a certain girl. Her mother died under suspicious circumstances.
Is this Sherlock Holmes?
Who killed the girl's mother, and why? The rookie detective continues his desperate investigation.
Would that be the sign of a fool if it's Sherlock Holmes?
He seeks the truth, all for the sake of this girl.
Is this based off a real novel though? Detective investigating death of mother, young girl. No, I think it's probably just. Yeah, it's just probably random. No, young Sherlock Holmes.
But the truth that awaits him is cruel. For the girl murdered her own mother.
Oh.
Wow, what a twist!
The girl may not have meant any harm, but her actions unintentionally caused her mother's horrible death.
I was gonna say generic mystery plot.
It was a tragic accident.
I'm sorry, but Vivia's gabs are so interesting. I just want to actually have little research at the same time while doing this, because I was curious whether this was a real thing, and then obviously the French context as well with Rosé Pesson, or however it's whatever it was pronounced, or whatever it was called.
The rookie detective didn't know if it was right to solve this mystery. What was the point in exposing this cruel truth to the public? Under a standard set of values, one would keep it a secret and remain quiet. There would be no benefit to telling the innocent girl she was the cause of her mother's death. However, the girl wanted that mystery to be solved with all her heart, not knowing she was the culprit all along. Should we reveal the truth to those who seek it? No matter how cruel it may be, would you say lies made from kindness are truly kind? What do you think the rookie detective did in the end? Or rather, what would you have done, Yuma?
Me?
Oh gods. I'm not sure, cause
What would I do? It's a difficult question.
Exactly. I know. It's hard.
What did the rookie do in the end?
I'm curious as well.
Well, human cells will always replace one another. The old vanishes, and in time, the new turns old. Considering that, am I the same person at birth as I am at death?
There you go again, trying to muddy the waters. Are you saying I should just read it myself?
Well, who knows?
You told me pretty much the whole thing, but kept the conclusion a secret. Wait, that book's story... Is it about you, Vivia?
Why do you say that?
It's something you mentioned before. Not all mysteries should be solved. Maybe it's your personal experience that led you to believe that.
Your deduction makes sense, but I'm not sure myself.
Please don't dodge the subject.
I told you, didn't I? I don't think all mysteries should be solved.
Yeah.
Whether the story I told you now is from a book or my life, it doesn't change a thing. Anyway, I'm off to explore another world inside a book.
So, which is it? If that's what Vivia's been through, why tell me about it? Maybe in his own way, he wants me to understand him. That would be nice if it's true. this is an unsolvable mystery.
Master, you and Vivia have forged the ultimate bond together. Good for you, Master. I'm happy for you.
I'm actually curious. Anyway, it's time for Veneer Death Detective. Vivia visits a building to investigate an unsolved case. However, the elevator leading to the roof stops, leaving him stuck inside with a woman. Trapped with within emotionless spots, Vivia closes in on truth as he faces life and death. Oh boy.
Death is always awaiting me upon my path. Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at my feet. Even if I manage to overcome them and make progress down that path, when I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting there. The shadows are a procession to my own funeral. To live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse. And so, I too am dying in this moment.
Near-death detective. I love his splash art.
It doesn't seem to be moving at all. And the management company isn't responding either.
I guess we just have to wait. If you wait long enough, everything will come to an end. Just as there is rain unceasing, a day will come when the sun doesn't rise, and when the oceans dry up too. One day, you will die, and so will I.
Is that supposed to be a joke? How can you talk about death in this situation?
I'm not enjoying this situation enough to make light jokes about it.
I think I'd find things a bit more enjoyable if I wasn't trapped in here with you.
Ouch.
I apologize if I've offended you. I wish to avoid all unnecessary fights.
Same goes for me. Sorry I raised my voice. I'm not used to situations like this.
Nor am I. We found something we agree on.
Aren't you afraid
Afraid?
of all this? We're stuck in an elevator, hanging in midair. What if something happens and we fall to our deaths?
I don't think I'm afraid.
What if the elevator is never fixed and we're trapped here forever?
Then it'll be like a coffin. I actually think it would be rather cozy. I could just sleep here until I die.
What's with you and your death wish?
It's not like I intended to have one. It's hard to describe. Thinking of death is like breathing to me.
Do you find it fun to live like that?
Isn't that what life is all about? There are things that I find fun. For example, I love reading stories. For some reason, I feel more alive when I can invest in a story's protagonist.
I think everyone feels that sort of sentiment.
I also love gazing at the beauty found in nature. Seeing plants sway in the breeze brings joy to my heart.
You sure are a strange one.
Am I?
I don't think it's that strange.
What about you? What makes you happy?
Well, I suppose I like to observe life.
Observe life.
I used to be a nurse. I've seen many lives saved and lost at the hospital. Life should be more precious than diamonds, but some people are treated more poorly than a pebble on the road. Isn't that strange? A life is a life, so why should its value be different depending on the person? So now, whenever I look at people, I watch their lives. I wonder how valuable each life may be.
You're also kind of strange.
Am I?
Speaking of which, I didn't catch your name. I'm Vivia. Who are you?
I'm Rio.
Rio. I think we may have met before. Do you remember?
Oh?
Hey, Vivia. Everyone else is out on a job. How long are you gonna stay there?
Until I die?
You gotta be kidding me. Do I have to pull the pieces of you out of there once you're a skeleton? If you have free time, why don't you help work on some unsolved cases?
Chief, do I look like I have a lot of free time to you?
You look like you're so bored you could die. Look, just hear me out as a way to kill time. There have been a series of suspicious deaths lately. People jumping to their demise from a certain building.
Oh?
The first one was over 5 years ago, and people have been periodically jumping ever since. There's been over 10 confirmed cases.
What's suspicious about that?
The fact they jumped off from the same building? Isn't that suspicious?
They came across a building to jump off of when they happened to feel like dying. That's probably all there is to it.
No.
That could be true for 1 or 2 cases, but over 10 times in the same spot? That's unusual, no matter how you look at it.
Are you suggesting someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes?
We won't know until it's investigated. It'd be an absolute nightmare if someone is getting their kicks killing people and making it look like suicide. For the sake of the town's safety, it's not something we can ignore. That's where we come in.
There's no point in investigating it. All we will find is boring reality.
No matter how boring it is, it's still reality. There's value in finding it.
Detectives are such troublesome creatures.
Aren't you one too?
Huh?
Don't look at me all surprised. Why'd you come here if you're no detective? Aren't you here to solve mysterious crimes and help those who are lost?
Yeah. I wouldn't say stockbrokers, though. But, like, the people from Wall Street and whatever. What are they called? No, they were stockbrokers, weren't they?
He asked me why I came to this town. I don't understand it myself. I'm not actively searching for a place to die just yet. I'm not here to be a detective searching for the truth. It's nothing so pure or sincere. The reason I came to this city was due to my impatience with living. What did I seek by coming here? What do I expect from this place? That was a woman in a red raincoat. That reminds me, the chief did mention something. Around the building where the suicides occur, a suspicious woman in a red raincoat has often been spotted.
Oh?
I'm not interested in the truth, but I am interested in her. I should try to tag along behind her without being spotted.
It sounds like a ghost? I don't think she's a demon. Oop. I need to stop hitting back triggers. How did she? Okay, that was the weirdest.
I see. This is the perfect building for dying.
We've met before? Are you sure about that? I don't remember you at all. Are you sure it was me you met?
There's no mistake. You have that smell.
Smell?
You smell faintly of death.
What do you mean by that? That's rather rude.
Do you live in this building?
Yes. Why?
From what I've heard, there hasn't been anyone living in this building for a long time.
Who said that? Oh, was it the people around here? They probably have a grudge against this place.
Okay, maybe she
They
is
say the building blocks the sun, or
some
that
sort
it's
of ghost
sinking
or
into
something.
the bedrock.
What about all the people who have fallen to their deaths from this place? Is that nothing but a groundless rumor, too?
Of course it is.
Ooh.
But it isn't. It's fact. Even the newspapers have articles about it. If you live here, then you must have heard about it. Many unsolved cases in the city have been completely left alone. Of course, this has nothing to do with me. I have no interest or desire to know the truth. However, I am somewhat interested in you.
Are you hitting on me?
I suppose you could take it that way.
I see. To be honest, I'm interested in you too. Although it's more that your life force makes me curious. It's... how do I put this? Faint. Thinner than paper. Almost as though I can see death waiting on the other side.
I could say the same about you.
Oh?
Sheesh. This is a hassle. I guess I'll get to the point. You killed them, didn't you?
I did it?
You lured people from the city here and pushed them off the building, making it appear like suicide. Why did you kill them? There's no benefit in it for you. For fun. You wanted to see them die? Or did you develop a special interest in the value of people's lives? If so, that makes you a serial killer.
Me? A killer? Well then, I guess that means you're trapped inside an elevator with a killer.
Yep.
Strangely, I found myself in situations like this often. Whether I want it or not, death finds its way to me.
You're not afraid?
Afraid? No, it's more like observing from a great distance as dark clouds slowly spread out over the ocean.
I don't quite get it, but it doesn't sound joyful to me. Though, you were like this from the very beginning. Truth be told, I can tell when someone has a death wish. I sense their desire to go to the other side. Yes, you remind me of them.
What?
The other side. Did all those you lured here feel the same way?
Lord? You're mistaken. I didn't do anything myself. I was just... here. People like you happen to show up here. Then they depart to the other side on their own.
You really want to insist that you weren't involved? That all those who died came here of their own accord?
That's right. Aren't you the same way?
Me? Perhaps. I want to die someday. And perhaps this is a fitting place for it.
The view here is nice, don't you think? That's certainly an added benefit. The journey here wasn't easy, but things are just getting started. Vivia, let's save Kanai Ward. Together.
That's not why I came to this city.
Right. I'm counting on you then. Wait, what did you say? Did I mishear you?
I don't care what happens to Kanai Ward. And I have no intention to obey orders from the WDO either. I just want some peace and quiet. A calming place where time will gently pass by.
What are you talking about? You're not gonna find that here. The only place you can find perfect peace is heaven. And the only ones who can reach it are the dead. Wait, don't tell me you...
Just leave me alone.
I can't do that. We need your help. Hey, Vivia!
Poor Vivia.
I've always been able to see the dead, And what they tell me is always true. The truth has been exhausting for me for as long as I can remember. Even when I cover my eyes and ears, their voices continue to whisper it to me. Please, be quiet. No matter how much I beg for it, the calm will never come. Where's the perfect peace? It's found in death.
Ah, there's the look. Everyone who steps into this elevator has the same look in their eyes. They want to escape reality as soon as possible. They don't care where they end up, as long as they can get away. This elevator will take you to your desired exit. The path to the other side.
And it's your job to see them off. You've seen so many on their way from here. It's like you are the guide to the afterlife.
So what if I am? Aren't you similar?
Perhaps. That may be true. It moved.
Life is like this elevator. Once it moves, it will not stop. I can hear them.
Ooh, this is dark.
Hey, Vivia! Where are you?
Very dark.
Hey, Vivia! Where are you?
That voice.
Do you recognize it?
No.
If you have any attachments in this world, I suggest you don't depart.
Attachments. If that's the case, why did you go to the other side?
Huh?
The first of those who died was a woman wearing a red raincoat. Her name was Rio. It was written in a newspaper article.
Oh.
Why do you still ride this elevator, even after death? Isn't it because you're still attached to this world?
Oh.
Who are you? You don't seem like an ordinary human.
I'm a regular detective. I just happen to have one foot on the other side.
I see. Still, you surprised me. You knew I was already dead.
I was right!
I told you in the beginning, and you smelled of death.
You did.
You're responsible for stopping this elevator, using some spiritual power, or whatever. You haven't been guiding the suicidal to the roof of this building. You've been stopping the elevator in an attempt to make them reconsider.
You sure are a mean one. You knew all along.
Did you try to save them?
Aw.
Yes. As I'm sure you know, I haven't been able to stop a single one. More than 10. And I've watched all of them go. That's why I think it's my fault. Because I chose this place for my own death, it's become rather famous for suicides. I was just tired of living. I wanted to go somewhere far away from this place.
But you regret it.
Yes. That's why I always stop the elevator whenever someone comes here, so I can speak to them. But I've never been able to convince them otherwise. All I've done is provide some time to think things over. Everyone who comes here has claimed none would be saddened by their deaths. I've never been able to get them to recant those words.
That should be expected. After all, it is the truth. Everyone must overcome the death of others to keep on living. No one can remain in place and look back every time.
Is that so? We're almost to the roof. From here on, I can do nothing to stop this. Please listen. Even if you get to the roof, don't step out onto the floor.
Why?
Because they will try to take you.
Who?
As long as you don't listen to them, you'll be able to shake it off. That's because you're here to investigate what happened, not for your own death.
Oh shit, yeah, the ghosts.
I don't know about that. The moment I got on the elevator, I think I made up my mind.
No! You must be determined to survive! Otherwise they will take you!
Life and death. I fail to see the border between the two anymore. They both overlap. I can no longer tell which one is the real me.
Then please, think of the people you will leave behind! You must have some in your life. Are you really going to depart without saying farewell to them? There must be someone you'll regret not saying goodbye to.
If I had someone like that, I wouldn't be here. I have no one.
We need your help. Isn't it cool to have a detective agency in a submarine? If you ever have trouble here in Kanai Ward, just come on by. The other detectives and I will always have your back. In exchange, you better watch out for us, too.
What a pain.
If you ever need something, let me know.
I want peace and quiet.
Huh?
I want to be left alone.
There's no way I can do that. We're pals, aren't we? Vivia, you've barely eaten a thing since you came here. You're looking kind of emaciated.
I'm eating well enough.
That's not for eating, that's for reading.
Same thing.
How could they be the same thing? Do you hate the food in this town or something? The hotel restaurants offer lots of different choices. I'm sure you'll find something you can eat. All right, today's my treat. Let's go get dinner at a restaurant.
Why bother with all that trouble? I wish you'd leave me alone.
No.
I can't do that. I may not look it, but I can be pretty persistent. You told me one thing, so now I have to do the opposite. That's just how I am. That's what made me the detective I am today.
God, poor Vivia.
Don't wish for death! At this rate, you'll be taken away! They're growing stronger. Each new one makes them more formidable. They will even take hold of the living! We've arrived.
Oh dear.
They're coming.
Oh boy.
So death awaits me here.
Don't go any further! They aren't moving. It's almost as though they haven't noticed you.
They see him as dead?
I thought so. We're only able to take away the living.
Wait.
Then you're also...
I'm the same as you all. I'm a ghost.
No way!
But... Huh?
However, in my case, my body still lingers in this world.
Huh?
What does that mean? Who are you?
I've already told you. I'm an ordinary detective. I just happen to have one foot on the other side. I decided to come here in my ghost form to try talking to you. And thanks to that, I can't be dragged out of here.
Really? I don't quite understand.
Oh, it's disrespectful.
You sure are a mysterious person.
I'm a bit confused myself. I'm trying to figure out if his...
I wouldn't mind walking away on my own, but I refuse to let someone take me away from here. That is not the peace I desire.
So you've reconsidered?
There is no need for you to be imprisoned here. I think your atonement has been fulfilled.
Yeah, I think that's his spectral side.
Isn't it about time you sever your attachments here?
You cheat.
I want to remain behind. I need to ensure they don't take anyone else who comes here. Not everyone is as strong as you are.
I'm not strong at all. I've just grown used to death. Also, will the elevator move again? Or is it stuck on the roof?
It should move again.
Yeah, until someone pushes the button.
Ah.
Vivia! Are you there?
That's Chief Yako.
He did more than push the button.
He's not here? Damn it. I'm at the wrong place. I thought he'd come here to investigate. I'm so exhausted.
He took the stairs all the way to the roof to chase after the elevator.
He must have been worried about you. I've watched over 10 people depart, but he's the first one I've seen come looking for the dead. You have a place you can return to. Perhaps that's the difference between us.
Honestly, I don't care for all the noise. I'm rather envious of your world.
However, if you have a place to return home to, you should.
Home, huh? I find myself hesitating. I don't know which path I should take.
Isn't it obvious?
Hey, Vivia! Where did you go?
Please, go back to him. I'm sure he's waiting for you to return.
So sad. Go home, Vivia.
Vivia! I was looking all over for you.
So it was his spectral form.
You had such a solemn look on your face when you left, so I had a hunch. What happened?
I got a bit lost.
Getting lost at your age? Then again, you didn't come to this city that long ago, so I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay. Let's go back to my awesome agency office.
You're home, Vivia.
Death is always awaiting me upon my path. Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at my feet. Even if I manage to overcome them and make it to the end of that path, when I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting there. The shadows are a procession to my own funeral. To live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse. And so, I too am dying in this moment. However, as long as I continue to travel this path, I may enjoy some peaceful scenery. Beyond the truth. Perhaps the peace I desire can be found there.
Yeah. So that was his spectral. That actually confused me partway through the story as well, but it actually makes sense from this point that it was spectral. The fact that he's was like, I wanted to use my ghost form to talk to your ghost. So yeah, that was all Vivia's what do you call it? All Vivia's gabs were so painful and heartbreaking to hear, and the fact that he still wanted to just lose the battle, and that essentially that he felt like no one was there to love him, things like that. But the fact that he was able to get convinced, and the fact that, wow, just wow.